My heart was pounding so hard it felt like it was going to explode out of my chest. I truly believed I was dying. My name is Kyle, and I struggled with drug addiction for over 15 years. When I first started using drugs, they made me feel like everything in my life finally made sense. I felt more confident, happier, less anxious, less depressed, and even my ADHD seemed easier to deal with. For a while, drugs felt like the solution to everything I was struggling with, but that didn't last long. Very quickly, things changed. Instead of chasing the high, I found myself using drugs just to escape the lows. What started as something that made me feel alive slowly turned into something that was choking the life out of me. Over the years, I tried to quit many times. I truly wanted to change, but I kept relapsing. Each relapse filled me with embarrassment and guilt because I knew the pain my addiction was causing the people who loved me. Instead of reaching out for help, I began isolating myself from them. That isolation only made everything worse. During that time, I often felt like I was drowning, barely able to catch a breath of air before being pulled back under again. But even though I wasn't living the way I should have been, God never left me. Looking back now, I can see that He protected me and saved me more times than I can count. One night, after I had just moved to Kansas City, a drug dealer I had just met drove me to a rough neighborhood in Kansas and ripped me off. He left me there in the middle of a freezing winter night without proper clothes, and my phone just happened to be dead. At that point, I had been awake for several days and was going through withdrawal. I walked for hours, completely lost, and somehow ended up right back where I had started. I was cold, exhausted, and starting to feel like I might freeze out there. So I cried out to God and asked Him to help me. Almost immediately after I prayed, a police car drove by. I told them what happened, and they helped me. They drove me to a gas station in Kansas City where I was able to charge my phone and get an Uber. Looking back, I truly believe that God was answering my prayer in that moment. Another time, I overdosed on cocaine and collapsed to the ground. My heart was pounding so hard it felt like it was going to explode out of my chest. I truly believed I was dying. In that moment of fear, I began crying out to God, asking Him to come help me. Then I heard Him speak to me from within, "I'm right here." As soon as I heard those words, a sense of peace came over me and my heart stopped racing. Today, I'm incredibly thankful just to be alive. I truly believe that God has a purpose for my life, to help others who are struggling with addiction the same way I did. By the grace of God, I'm now 8 months clean. Zoe has played a huge role in helping me stay clean. The first time I went to Zoe's men's group, I could feel God's presence in the room. I could also feel that people there genuinely cared about me. Every failed attempt at recovery actually taught me something. One of the most important things I've learned is that staying connected to a community and being honest about what's going on in my life is crucial to my recovery. The men at Zoe helped me see things more clearly, and they helped hold me accountable. When I was going to trial for a possible felony, the people at Zoe prayed for me and stood beside me through that process. In the end, I received probably the best outcome that I could have hoped for and did not receive a felony conviction. Today, I'm grateful to God, grateful for the people at Zoe, and grateful to still be here. Thank you for letting me share my story.